Hey everyone, it is the creator of the Living in Murrieta YouTube channel here with an update that's a little bit different from what I've been doing these last couple of weeks because I really wanted to record something that was good, not just for this week, not even just for Murrieta, but something that you could take with you and it would be something of value for the weeks and months and years to come, regardless of what kind of real estate market we're in. And this is in regards to those online valuations that you see. So if you're a homeowner and you've clicked on one of those, what's my home worth? Get my home value on one of the major portals or even on an individual agent's website, you know what I'm talking about, right? You click on that link, you put in your address, and you get some information that supposedly is telling you what your home would sell for on the market, right? So, I'm going to tell you the truth about those online valuations, but before I do that, I'm going to take an aside. Who of you remember psychic hotlines? So for me, this is a way of telling you that I'm older without telling you my age, right? Because when I was growing up, late teens, early 20s, there was something called the Psychic Hotline. And this was like a 900 number that you could call and you could speak to a psychic and get a future forecast, right? That's how they were advertised. And there were many people who ran up really high phone bills because they would jump from one hotline to the next trying to get a specific answer. So they wanted to know, am I going to meet my Mrs. or Mr. Right? What are the winning lottery numbers? Whatever it was, they would call different hotlines until they got what they wanted to hear, essentially, right? So I feel like a lot of times with the online valuations that are available now, that is what some homeowners are doing. So whether you are just wanting to know how your home's value is trending in the current market, or you want or need to sell your home, a lot of homeowners are actually looking at those to have that number confirm or align with either what they need to get when they sell their home or just what they think their home is worth, right? So it's like confirmation bias. So, I'm here to tell you three truths about those online home valuations. So, the first thing, the online valuations are helpful because they do pull in publicly available data to give you a sense of what's going on in the market. What they don't do a good job at is telling you what your specific home would sell for because they don't really take in a lot of property specific information. So that's fact number one, truth number one, is those online home valuations only get you part of the way. Fact number two, I kind of alluded to it earlier, is if you're going on there to have it confirm a number that you have in your head, again, that number also is not going to tell you what your home will sell on the market. And I'm not saying that your opinion doesn't matter, but as far as the bottom line, what your home is going to sell for to a traditional buyer or to an investor has very little to do with what you think your home is worth. So that's probably the hardest truth for homeowners to hear. And a lot of times an agent doesn't even want to tell you that because you may be defensive about it because you have this number and you know your neighbor sold their home down the street for this amount of money and your home is so much better, so it should be, 100K more, right? I'm not mocking anybody. I'm just giving an example of some things that I've experienced, some real live conversations that I've had, and how some homeowners come to arrive at the value of what they think their home is worth. So, fact number one, those online valuations only get you part of the way. Fact number two, your opinion of your home's value has very little to do with what your home will sell for. Fact number three is the folks that do have an opinion, that really do speak to what your home will sell for, really have the power, right? So, and those folks are not you. They are the buyer, and then to an extent the appraiser if they're financing, right? So a buyer is only going to pay what they think the home is worth. So in essence, your home is only worth what a buyer is willing to pay. And where an appraiser comes in is an appraiser is going to come in and confirm or deny that value that the buyer has stated in a contract that they're willing to pay. So if that appraisal comes in low, you may have to renegotiate the contract at that point if you still want to sell your home, if that number is still agreeable to you, right? So again, the online valuations only get you part of the way. Your opinion has very little impact on the bottom line. And appraisers and home buyers are really the ones who determine what your home is worth. So here's some tips to kind of help you get to a better number before you even put your home on the market. So one is talk to a professional real estate agent or prepay for an appraisal before you put your home on the market. You can actually pay an appraiser to come out to do that deeper research and to give you a number for what your home may appraise for. Because again, this is a different appraiser than will likely be part of the transaction. But what your home may appraise for on the open market. So those are some things that you can do kind of upfront to give you a more realistic number. But you do have some homework to do, right? What you want to also produce is a list of any of the updates that you've done to the home, any major repairs that you've done to the home, because those do have an impact on the bottom line, on what your home sells for. And then the other thing kind of to this is that what your home sells for to a traditional buyer, like on the standard real estate market, you have folks come in through an open house or they see your property online, they come take a tour, versus an investor. Those numbers are going to be vastly different. So you want to talk to a professional that has experience working with both types of buyers or various types of buyers. And then they can give you an assessment of what your home may be worth to those various types of buyers. So I do hope that this information was helpful. If you have any questions, if you disagree with what I said, let me know. I'm here to talk. I love getting to know what people are thinking, what's going on in the market, and I would love to hear from you.